Welcome back to another episode of High Strung Gaming. Back here on Mars again and Occupy Mars. And last time we played around with looking at the resources we would need to build the launch pad and the rocket to take us off this planet. Astronomical amounts of resources. So we're going to have a little bit of time here left on this planet while we build those up. We did advance our vegetable garden a little bit, and we're going to continue with that, obviously. We also figured out that we were able to get some of the materials that we would need, specifically the waste tanks, from the greenhouse, so that's helpful. But we also built up some rocket defense in case there's any meteor strikes that come our way, and I gave a little thought to where I want to build the launch pad. I decided to stick with my base that we're at now and not travel too far. And this area up here looks like a suitable area, and I'll go up there and double check it, physically, but on the map it looks like a pretty suitable area that I can build the launch pad at, and it's still close enough to my grid, so when I need to divert power to it, I can. What I'm going to do is I'm going to build an independent workshop with a small amount of power to it and fill the workshop with storage cabinets. So that way I can start just storing the materials for building that project up there. And so as I, build up the materials, I put them up there, all that kind of stuff. That way I don't accidentally use them in building up other stuff that I end up building up. So that is the plan. And aside from that, it's going to be basically farming materials, farming vegetables, all that fun stuff. So without further ado, let's get into it. Let's see. Go ahead and hydrate, since I'm not sure exactly what I'm starting with today. Go ahead and check on our crops in here, see where our pumpkins are at. 92%. Okay. Come back into the greenhouse, check where that stuff is at. Let's see. Tomato plants still growing. Good. And these guys are ready to move. Okay. Oh, so when these are ready to move, it pops the doors open automatically. Interesting. Okay. I think that's what's going on, because I left those doors shut before. Okay. So let's go ahead and grab all these. Gotta have lettuce for your salads, right? Okay. There we go. Get that, the resources it needs. Okay. And these I can just go ahead and shut down. Oh, I've got something. Oh, those are beets over there. My bad. Yeah. Didn't mean to hit escape. Did not mean to escape. Okay. Alright, so real quick, let's make sure that we have enough materials on us. We need 9 fuses. Okay, 9 fuses to build this up. Good to know. I have some fuses built already, I just don't remember. I think they're in the Mars truck storage, I believe. Yep. We need 9 of these. There we go. Close.
Equalizing pressure.
Alright. So we have the stuff to build our workshop. Okay, in this area on the map, you know what, actually... Alright. Let's remember to not hit the speed burst. Actually, I don't know. Let's see. Okay, it's kind of slanted uphill. It's a gradual slant, but still kind of slanted uphill. Don't know how I feel about that. And I also don't know how big this footprint's going to be for this launcher. But we can find that out real quick. Alright. So what we can do to see how big this thing is going to be, because it's going to be massive. Let's go to garage. Where's the launcher at? These are the pieces. Where, oh where, is the launcher? No. I would think it would be under garage. So that's ITS engine section, propellant section, cargo section, habitat, command. No launcher there. No launcher there. Oh, doesn't make sense to have it under living. Or food. Or resources, really. I don't know why it would be under electricity. Airlock? No. Okay, so where's the launcher? Where do I build that under? Because we do have the technology unlocked. It's right here. Launchpad. Alright, the launchpad is one of the final buildings in the game. It has an elevator which lets player ingress to and egress from the rocket through a special retractable corridor. It's standardized to support both the ITS and the orbital booster. The launch tower is equipped with fuel and oxidizer tanks for efficiently storing and fueling of rockets before launch. It also has additional exhaust deflectors. Yes, where is it? Where do I build it from? There's no way that that's a 3D printer item. Minor, small. No, there it is. Launchpad. Okay. So that is going to be the footprint for the launchpad. It has a couple of inputs, and we're going to want the inputs close to or facing the side of that stuff. So, but it's red the whole time. Can we get it to turn green? It just flashed green over here. Oh, it has 3 inputs. 2 on that side, 1 on that side. Wow. Well, I mean, that makes sense. You can flash green there. Huh. The flash screen there with the launch pad over this side. That's funny. Okay, so if I stick the launcher there, right? The question is, like, this is going to be the pad that you build the rockets and stuff on. And that's the tower to get up to it, which, okay, you have a piece that goes into it like this. Okay, all right, do that. So if we go coming off of that piece, do a double airlock off of that piece. This way we know where it's going to be, right? And then go into that airlock. Just do this. Now, do we want this? Let's see, what stuff is there? Okay, yeah, that's good because the hookups are going to be on this side, over here, I think. There we go. Yep, hookups right there. Cool. Now, be able to gain access to it from this side. Double airlock again. And ramp. There we go. Okay, perfect. Over here, we do want some steel platforms because I am loving these steel platforms. Just saying. I go up to. It's not going to let me do two, so I'll do one. All right. There we go. Miner grid set up. And actually a little bit more. Can't put it there, of course. Oh wait, this one goes away.
Available point for technological advancement.
Okay. I'm not going to have a whole bunch of multiple inputs and outputs. Well, I will have some multiple inputs, but it's not a huge deal. What I do want, battery pack. So I like my batteries. Lord knows I like my batteries. Oh wait, that's the battery pack, not the battery itself. What am I thinking? Or that was the expansion, not the battery itself. I don't need it to be a fully extended battery, but I do want a little bit of extra power here, just to be on the safe side. So we'll put a couple packs in. Do I have the stuff on me to build kilopower? I do not, so I'm not going to worry about that. Not a huge deal. I mean, it'd be cool, but nah, not necessary. If I can do 2 of these, because these are putting out almost 50 kilowatts per hour, which is going to be more than enough for the little bit of power I need for what I'm doing here right now. I know everybody's like, oh, well, the launch pad's going to take way more than that. Yeah, but I'm not worried about the launch pad right now. Right now, I'm just worried about this. Just this one little spot here. Ah, crap. I forgot. Never mind. To get the stuff off of here, I do have to build a thing. Whatchamacallit, you know, that thing. Transformer. There. But we can put it directly in front of the battery pack. Before we do that, battery pack. Okay. So I don't have to worry about the controls for the battery pack. They're just basically, the controls for the battery pack are literally just giving me capacity and information, everything. Yeah. And that's all I need to know. So this, however, is where we are doing this. So we will do 100, well, wait, how much are we pulling in per day? During the daytime. Daytime production. Almost 100. Yeah. This is needing currently 20. We're going to be putting a few storage things in there. Let's say 60. All right. There we go. This should have power now.
External pressure dropping.
Now, I do want to put in, airlocks. Is it under living? No. Where are you? Maybe it is under living and I missed it. Or maybe it's under resources? Yep, there we go. I do want a CO2 scrubber in here. Just saying. There we go. Start that bad boy up. And it will start to slowly make oxygen. Okay, and pretty much the rest of it is going to be filled up with storage space. Storage cabinet. I wasn't lying. I'm going to leave one spot open in case I want to throw a bed in here later on, but... And I can always throw another cabinet in here if I need to. And also manage this. So there's one side that just has the 3 cabinets, the other side has the 3 cabinets and the scrubber. There's the scrubber, 3 cabinets. Turn these 2 cabinets off, turn all 3 of these cabinets off for right now. That means this first cabinet should be powered, and it is. These cabinets should not be powered. All the rest of them are off. There we go. Now, nanotubes. I don't remember what
pressure
category they fall under for the boxes. But the amount of nanotubes and stuff that I'm going to need, it's better to store them in boxes. Okay. That goes there. Here's our base. And that works out. I mean, yeah. Yeah, it definitely is doable. Okay, so that's the plan right there. That's the plan eventually. I'm going to leave that in blueprint mode. I'm not going to start building anything on it at all. I'm just going to leave it there as a blueprint. As a reminder, that's our ultimate goal, to get off this rock and get to where we need to be. All right. So,
external oxygen
and
detected.
that is completely separate from this base's power. We don't have to worry about power over here, although I did not. Did I shut these off? I did not. I can save myself. Oh, I didn't mean to take that fuse out completely. I can save myself, you know, what is it, 60? Yeah, save myself 60. Oh, wait, nope. Shut off one of the fuses I shouldn't have shut off. Shut that one out. That one needs to be on. That's the scrubber. Yeah. Oh, I'm going to save myself 45 power by having these off. Makes sense. All right. So, that's where we're at. Before we decide to go to bed, see where we're at with our vegetables. Fully grown pumpkins. Hell yeah, baby. Fully grown pumpkins. Love it. It means it's time to come over here and make some seeds. Where you guys at? Oh, you guys are ready to move too. Alright, pumpkins. That only gave us, so 5 plants gave us 15 pumpkins as a yield. That's not the greatest for the amount of time it takes to grow them. How many seeds does this? This gives us 14 seeds. So, yeah. Again, pumpkins are a pain in the ass. We're not using that grow bed at all, and I think we have some stuff here that's open. These are ready to move. The one extra pumpkin we have, we're going to put in here. Alright, and we have pumpkin seeds. Actually, by the time these are done, oh, Beetroots. More and more beetroots. Get them going. Okay. Get our tomatoes over here. All right. So, oh, salad shooter. It is on beetroots. Okay, cool. That should be the same because it was beetroots in there before. Come over here and check. Yeah, it's all the same. Cool. Pumpkins. We only have 14, so... Oh no! I just shot a bunch of extra beetroots in here. So it automatically changed. I don't want those mixed together because I don't want to confuse myself. I could have left them in there, but I'm not. I don't know what happened to all those beetroot seedlings, but oh, here they are. Actually, what I could do it'll take them a little while to grow in there, but they can grow in there, so by the time I'm pretty sure by the time the next batch of beetroot seeds is ready to go, these on the bottom will be ready, so we should have space for them. I have faith that something will be ready to move on by the time we are ready to move those around. Okay. Still have the salad shooter and everything on me, but I'll put those away tomorrow. Get a couple hours of sleep in here. So here we go. So this is basically what we're going to be doing for a while, is just maintaining the base, growing stuff, organizing inventory, all that fun stuff. Not the most exciting thing in the world, but absolutely necessary. This is our life now. But again, that's part of survival, you know. It's not always glamorous, it's just necessary. All right.
Water refilled.
Water's refilled. Eat some foodies. Okay. Let's put up the stuff that is in our inventory that we don't need to be carrying around, like that, and that, and that. Okay. Now, Where was it I had those boxes? Because there's some boxes I already have. I think they're in here. Yep. Okay. So, open. This is a completely empty box. So this one I can bring over for right now, and nanotubes cannot go in there. Okay, can nanotubes go in there? They cannot. So nanotubes can't go in boxes. They are their own thing. That sucks. Sucks. Okay. So nanotubes are going to be their own stacks. About these things. Oh, well, because, stupid, that was a rock box. That's why. Okay. Do I have one of these that's actually empty? If I don't, I might craft an extra one. There's some, yeah, nanotubes do go in these. Okay. Make sure I didn't skip over some nanotubes in a different one. Okay. Alright. So, I don't know how many nanotubes fit in one stack. You would think it'd be like 1,000 or 999. You would think. But, because nanotubes are, sub-microscopic. However, I don't know. So because of that, I'm going to start off and make one box for these. So this is a, what box? Box for chemical supplies. Chemical supplies box. Let's go ahead and get one of those going. Yep. And I'm missing the iron here. Awesome. Well, you know what that means. Go out to the crusher. Because the crusher has all my good stuffs. And I have not opened this back up since the last time we had a storm, a tornado specifically. So let's go ahead and open this bad boy to the rest of the world. Alright. Big crusher. Let's make a chemical box. Chemical supplies box. There we go. I'm going to make one of these. This is going to be where I'm storing nanotubes as I make them. And I'm going to make one other, actually. Because aluminum titanium alloy. We're going to need some of these. Oh, I almost forgot to grab boxes out of the inventory here. Okay. So there's one. No. Wanted you to move over here. Move over to here. We're going to need more of this stuff too. What I really need to do is I need to put together a list, like a master list of all the things, so I know what the counts are, so I can plan everything out. But that so bothers me. However, are they still down here? I'm not seeing them in the environment anymore. Okay, so go up here. I'm going to put my boxes away in here. Just future planning, basically.
Low pressure warning.
There we go. So box in here, box in here. This one should be empty. Yep. And this one has my nanotubes in it. Awesome. Alright, so... Actually... I wonder what happens since the second one is not connected. Okay, here we are. Can I walk on this? Oh, I can. Interesting. But let's go ahead and walk off of it. Because if I pull this up, it should give me the list of everything that I need. Yep. Wow. Yeah, that's a lot of stuff. So, ceramic heat shielding, pure silicon, thermite paste, rubber, big circuit boards, medium circuit boards, fuses, 9 fuses. I really expected there to be more fuses that it would need. Uranium rods, 30. Okay. Of course, all the normal stuff. A lot of that normal stuff we already have. A lot of it. Not all of it, but a lot of it. So let's get as much of this together as we can. Eh.
Low pressure warning.
Take this empty box because we're going to end up putting stuff in it specifically for this.
Equalizing pressure.
Do a little hoppy hop. Whee! Okay.
External oxygen detected. Equalizing pressure.
Whee! Okay. I know that most of my circuit board boxes are full, so I know I'm going to want one of those. We don't need the rock box, but we will grab a building material box as well, because I don't have a lot of extras of those, I don't think, so... Pop in. Pop in. Put it down here. Of course it did. Alright. Now, go into the build menu and hover over the item. It was in the garage, right? Or no? That's right. It was not in the garage. Where was it? Now I gotta remember where it was. Was it resources? Yeah. Okay. So, small pipe 340. Sorry, this is going to take a minute going back and forth between things. So this thing, the launch pad electricity requirement's only 15. Are you serious? That's insane. That's way lower than I thought it would be. I thought it'd be something like at least 30 or something. All right. Bear with me a moment. Let me do some stuffs. I'm actually going to cut the video right here. I'll be right back. I just want to do some things off camera to get that list to where I can see it and don't have to flip-flop back and forth every time. So bear with me a moment. I'll be right back. And we're back. Okay. So, have a little list of all the items so that way I don't have to flip-flop back and forth in the windows here, driving myself and all of you nuts. All right, so let's see. What do we have in here already? Well, let's see. Small pipe, we need 340. So small pipes, there's 1, 2, 300, split, take that down to 40, 40. There's 340 small pipes, got that. Aluminum plate, 280. Where's the aluminum plate? Electronics, aluminum plate. It's 1, 280. Where'd that 80 go? Did I put it up here somewhere? It did. Alright. Make sure that's aluminum plate. Yep. Okay. Alright. Steel plates, 260. These are in 50s. So that's 100, 200, 50, and we need 10 more. Wait a minute. Why is this staying at 14? Okay. Ah. That is full. Okay. So we need another one of these boxes. Do I have one of these that's empty right now? They both have materials in them. Okay. So I need another one of these boxes. But we have the 10. That takes us up to steel plate. So let's go over to printing. Get a box. Build this another box for building materials. This way we can have everything organized in these boxes, and then if we have the boxes in our inventory, it pulls it straight from the boxes when we're building stuff. So that works. So here's this box, and that 10 goes in there. Perfect. That's the steel plates. Pack of screws, 2,560. So there's one less than 1,000, almost 2,000. 560. We actually need 562. Split. But you can type that in here, 562. 562. There's all our screws. Okay, electronics. We need 60. Those are solar cells. Here's the electronics. They look like the Best Buy sign. We need 60. So if we split 3 of these out, it leaves 60 there, and that is our 60 electronics. Okay. Uranium rods, 30. We do not have 30. So in order to make these uranium rods, there's 2 ways you can go about this. One way is to use the chemistry table, because you can actually make them there. There's a reaction for them. Another way is to make a centrifuge. So we're going to come back to that. We're going to use the centrifuge method. I should have enough uranium in here. Let's organize this. Yeah, I should have enough uranium to make the uranium rods that we need. Okay, so back over here, cement. Oof, we're getting light on cement. We have 70 cement, and we are going to need 80, so we're 10 cement shy. So let's go ahead and do cement. We can make 10 for our supply of what we need, and then later on when we need more cement we can print it out. So there's 70. Hopefully it puts it right there. There's our 80 cement. Alright. Now we're getting into the non-standard stuff. So we need 9 fuses. I know I have some fuses stored. I'm just going to go ahead and print the fuses because they're pretty cheap. They're pretty easy to print. And we only need 9 of them. So 9 fuses. Nine fuses. Question is where to put them. They're there. 9 fuses. Can they go in there? No, they cannot. So 9 fuses. Now we're going to need 4 medium circuit boards and 3 large circuit boards. We don't have that stuff in here right now, but I do have the circuit boards, so just in a different spot. Rubber. We do have rubber in here. How much rubber do we have? 51. How much do we need? 25. That is wonderful. I like that. So here's our 25 rubber. Rubber can actually be stored in this box. Thermite paste. We need 50. Do we have any? We do not. Ceramic heat shielding. We have 3 in here. We need a total of 8. I know I have some thermite paste somewhere. It's not in this spot. I just don't know exactly where it is. Pure silicon, we need 70. We have 2 here, and I know I have some in another box somewhere else. So, yeah, some of these items I'm going to have to go ahead and start looking around in my other locations for things. And I know I have some thermite paste as well, but I don't know how much. So, silicon, that, thermite paste, there's none in here right now. Okay. All right, so go over here. Let's take care of the circuit boards. Okay, now this is the box that we're using for this whole thing. Circuit boards, open. We have 1 medium, 3 large actually. Well, we need 3 large and we need 4 medium, so that's the 3 large already. That's 1 of 4. We need 3 more mediums. So if I swap these spots, there we go. Those are our larges. So mostly smalls and brokens. Mediums. It's 1, 2, 3. Double check. 4 mediums, 3 larges. Perfect. That's all the circuit boards we need. Go in here. Did we have anything in here? Do not. Okay, moving on.
Oxygen detected.
Go up here. We do not have the rubber and oh, this is where these things are though. Okay. Sulfur. Sulfur pure silicon. I know we need more of that. We have a lot of sulfur. Oh, and rubber. There's that. Thermite paste. Surprised we don't need any of these, but I'm not going to complain. Open. Okay. So, thermite paste, pure silicon. Wait, rubber. Do we have enough rubber? I can't remember. Oh, that's right. We needed 25. We had like 51 over there. Where'd it go? There it is. Yeah, we've got the 25 rubber. So we're good on rubber. That can go back down in here. So let's see. We've got all that. We're good on the list all the way up to uranium rods. And then after uranium rods, we're good all the way up to thermite paste. So we need 50 thermite paste. I have 7. And I realize that there's more of these same materials are going to be used for other items. Not worried about those yet. Not crafting the spaceship pieces yet. So right now I'm just trying to get the launch pad up there. Get this sorted so I know what I actually need. All right, thermite paste. What does it need? Oh, shoot. Yeah, we got this covered. How much thermite paste do we have? We have 7. We need 50. So we need 43 more thermite paste. $43 more. Add those. While it's doing that, pure silicon. I don't think we can craft pure silicon. Can we? We can. No shit. Okay. And we have the stuff that we should be able to make it. We need 70 pure silicon. And I have 43. That's not bad. So that is 27 more pure silicon that we need. Got that covered. 27 more pure silicon. And ceramic heat shielding. We need 8. We have 3. So we need 5 more ceramic heat shielding. Oh, that's great. That's simple as hell. I'll take that. All right. So now we just got to wait for it to craft these things. We'll have the bottom half of our list, and then all we need after that is uranium rods. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this stuff that I have already after these are built up, put them in storage, so that way the materials that I have on me in these boxes aren't used when I build something else, like a centrifuge. So, yeah. The centrifuge. And it is nighttime. And we are waiting on these to craft. Just crafty, 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 crafty. Let's see, inventory, though. There's thermite paste. Okay. These recipes for these items do take quite a while because they're typically done in the chemistry table, so they take a long time to 3D print as well. But a lot of the times it's just easier just to throw them in the 3D printer and let them go, and especially since you can make like an entire list of things in a queue, and then you can go screw off, do other things or whatever, and come back to it. Which, speaking of which, I'm going to go screw off and do other things while that's printing. And then I will go back to it. And check some plants.
External oxygen detected.
Okay, how we looking, plants? You guys are at 84%. Nice, nice. There's nothing there right now. You guys are ready to move. Okay, great. And you guys are growing. You guys are growing. Cool. Good, good. Oh, shit. You're going, but damn. You guys are almost ready to move. Okay. We have stuff that's ready to move, so let's go ahead and move that stuff. Get my tray. Why am I still able to hear the 3D printer going all the way over here? Maybe it's glitchy. Lots of lettuce. Gonna be eating salads, full on proper salads soon. wow. It's still printing out there. Okay. Cool. Well, it is 8 o'clock. Local Mars time. So we're going to go ahead and I'm just going to go ahead and sleep it off. Go until 6 a.m. And we'll see if it's still printing when I wake up. If it's still printing when I wake up, that means that it's not printing and accounting for the passage of time through the night. Let's see.
Suit power, 75%.
Oh no, my suit power is 75%. Whatever shall I do? It's fine. See, now that's messed up. I'm hearing the printing going. I just slept several hours. It would have been done by now. So, not happy about that. But the passage of time is accounted for in here. These are almost ready to pluck. These are not. These are ready to move. These are ready to move. What is this? Pumpkins. Oh, oh shit. Well, if I have to sacrifice 2 heads of lettuce for the pumpkins, I will. Alright. It's hard to know which ones I'm clicking on. So it keeps replanting stuff.
New message.
Meteorite. Meteorites are a good source of uranium. So keep that in mind. I have everything a growing boy needs. Okay. So pumpkins. Beetroots. Not gonna have anything grown in there for right now. Go ahead and stash that. Alright. Yay. Stuff's going. Did you guys finish by now? Okay, yeah. I'm tired of having multiple seed things, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to take these beetroots and I'm going to store them in here since they're not going to go bad until I have more beetroots that are the same quality, the 11 and 18. And when I have more, because they're planted already, when they grow up and get big and strong, I'll get more until I can get like a full like 100 seed magazine full of the next tier. And then I can get rid of those seed magazines after they're depleted and whatnot. And yeah. So that's the plan. This one. Yep. There we go. So you can go right here. You can get the things that finish printing, put them in the boxes, make sure we have them on our checklist, put them up so we don't use them. They'll be stowed and ready to go. Alright, so there is the rest of the silicon. Stacks in 64. There's that. So, thermite paste, we need 50. Got it. Oh, wrong box. The ceramic shielding. 8. We need 8. Yep. Got it. The pure silicon, we need 70. 64 plus 6 is 70. So we got that covered and we are good to go. So literally the only thing we need left that we have not already made are the uranium rods, which I'm curious. No. Okay. So yeah, again, come up here.
Low pressure warning.
And now nanotubes. Wait, for the launch pad, I don't need nanotubes, do I? Do I? Launch pad, small pipe, aluminum plate, steel plate, pack of screws, electronics, uranium rod, cement, fuse, medium circuit board, big circuit board, rubber, thermite, paste, pure silicon, and ceramic heat shielding. No nanotubes needed. Oh, okay. So there's that, that, and that. We'll move the nanotubes over to this one, which is powered off. Let's see. Is this one that's got stuff on? Why is this on when it's got nothing hooked to it? Okay. Go ahead and turn on the next storage cabinet here. And we're going to put this in here, which has a couple of nanotubes in it. And we'll worry about that later. And I'm not going to turn the power off on it. I'm going to leave it on because I'm paranoid. All right, so there we go. Stuff that we have in here.
Equalizing pressure.
Curious about something down here. We do have an open spot from that. So even though it's not actually supposed to be a temporary thing, I'm going to use it as a temporary thing. The centrifuge, which I believe, I would think it'd be under resources, but maybe not. Pump station expansion. It's under electricity. Centrifuge. I need a medium circuit board, but I have everything to build it. I have everything on me to build it. So, except for a medium circuit board. So let's go ahead and get a medium circuit board and, yeah. Put this bad boy up.
External oxygen detected. Equalizing pressure.
Oh, wait, no. All the things that I need for that are in here. There we go. Open. Open. There's a medium circuit board. Yep. And actually, you know what? Come on. Come on. Really, you gonna make me drag all of them out? There. Close that interface. Open to here. There. They're in my board box now. And actually also, just in case, grab a couple larges. just so I have them on me. There we go. Cool beans.
External oxygen detected.
Oh shit, while I'm back down. While I'm down here and thinking about it, so I don't have to run back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. My uranium is stashed in here. Let's grab my uranium while I'm here. There we go. Now, where do I want to make my centrifuge? My centrifugal. Honestly, I'm making the stuff for this. I can put the centrifuge up here. And I can put a... just put a separate, what do you call it? Transformer up here off of the grid system to power it that way. That might be better. Or, actually, can I put the centrifuge on the grid system? I don't think it will let me. That'd be nice, but I don't think that'll be the case. Centrifugal. Nah. Okay, so since I'm using the centrifuge for stuff for this, it's going to be over this way, and we will put... where do we want it? There. Oh, no. Okay. Okay. That would put the cord closest to everything, but this is kind of the direction I want it facing. Because the display is here. That looks like it's on the same platform as the grid system, so that bothers me. I wonder. Okay, let's see if we can make it snap to the edge of it. See, it seems like it wants to snap to it. What if... maybe it was just didn't have enough platform space previously? Because if it will fit on here, that'd be ideal. Oh, it does fit. It does. Ooh, okay. So it will work on here. Excellent. Loving that. Loving that. All right. Well, you know what that means. Gotta have my ramps. Because ramps, baby. Okay. There's my rocks box. Put this in the rocks box. Because it's only 8, and I'm pretty sure this takes in groups of 5. Yeah, 0, 5, 0, 5. So, oh, you can only do a maximum of 5 each. Can't do more than 5 at a time? Oh, man. When that shucks. So, what's that? Running. Which means we're going to have to run that a couple times. Which also means we want our uranium rod, or our uranium over here, until we can build up enough rods. And we are going to want 30 uranium rods. It's going to take a little while. It's going to take a bit to run. It's not like instantaneous. See, there's a little sliver of a bar there on each of these. It takes a little while. So, yeah. So we're good. Those will be running for a while.
External oxygen detected.
Okay, my guy is hungry, so we will feed him. He's been using up his battery too. Go figure that. And get some water.
Water refilled.
Gotta hydrate. Swap out that used battery too. Alright. Don't think I currently have anything growing over here. No. Okay. And back here, what's going on? What's going on? Fully grown plant. Awesome. And those are getting there. More tomatoes. $72 tomatoes. Crazy. Out of curiosity, if I split these 36 and 36, how many does that give me? 82 seeds. That's almost a complete full thing. That is plenty. Alright, seed magazine for tomatoes. That means these tomato seeds, it's 11 and 18. Yeah, so these tomatoes and these seeds, they can all go. We have 80 something seeds at a higher level tomato, so yeah, those can all go. We are good with that. Throw them in the trash. Get them out of here. All right. So there's that. What next? Plants are growing, and they're just fine. I didn't check the incubator. Wait, didn't I leave that empty for right now? Yeah, I left that empty. So plants are growing, that's just fine. Centrifuge is centrifuging. All that good stuff. I guess, and so basically I can almost build the launch pad. I just need the uranium rods. That's it. That's all I need. After I get those, I'll be able to build the launch pad. That's awesome. That's a lot further than I thought I'd be. So I'm very happy with that. Yeah.
Equalizing pressure.
So apparently the problem is going to be the ITS rocket. That's the part that's going to really hang me up here. Because, yeah, that bottom 322 carbon nanotubes. That's insane. Thermite paste is fine. Aerogel synthesis 175. That's going to be nasty as well. So, yeah. Yeah, the ITS stuff. 119 aerogel synthesis, 218 carbon nanotubes. 81 aerogel, 150 carbon nanotubes, 115 carbon nanotubes, and 62 aerogel. And then the capsule, of course, 32 aerogel and 52 nanotubes. Jeez Louise. It's insane, the amount of fucking materials. Pardon my language, but damn. Y'all are killing me. And keep in mind, you gotta, for the carbon, I wonder, okay, what's the chemistry table's carbon nanotube recipe? Let's look at that. And compare it to the,
Whether external oxygen detected.
sandstorm from the south within the next 6 hours. Okay. What's it? Chemistry table. Power offline. Chem lab. You know what? I'm just going to leave the chem lab on. Okay, so the aerogel synthesis, pure silicon and ethanol, one of each of those makes 2 aerogel. But the one we're looking at, okay, the nanotubes, carbon powder and methane. And that requires 2 methane and 1 carbon powder to make 1 carbon nanotube, and you also get 4 hydrogen back. Whereas the other one, it's a 1-to-1 ratio with the methane and the carbon, but the carbon is CO2 bottles. Those don't stack, and it's a pain in the ass. So carbon powder, 1 methane gets you 1 carbon powder and 2 hydrogen. So, and that's a lot of hydrogen that's going to be coming back, damn. So essentially, it's 3 methane makes 1 carbon nanotube. Basically. Because, yeah, you have the methane pyrolysis, and that'll give you a carbon nanotube. Or, excuse me, that'll give you carbon powder, and then it's 2 methane in the carbon powder gives you a nanotube. So total of 3 methane essentially gives you carbon nanotubes. That might be possibly a better way to go rather than going through and having all those damn CO2 bottles. Now the CO2 bottles might be cheaper possibly to make, but this methane if you have enough of it, it might be a better way to go for the carbon nanotubes. But that would mean, like, geez, the number of carbon nanotubes you would need something like, say you needed 800 carbon nanotubes, you would need, what would that be? 2,400 methane to do it this way. Good God. That's insane. That's just friggin' insane. The gel stuff.
Available point for technological advancement.
Thanks. Aerogel synthesis. That's what we're looking at. 2 aerogel for 1 silicon and 1 ethanol. Gives you 2 aerogel. Which I'm curious what it is in this recipe. See what the recipe is up here. Two pure silicon gives you an aerogel. So, yeah. If you have a bunch of ethanol, you can save yourself some silicon, but honestly, and since you can craft the pure silicon from regular silicon, that's probably the easiest way to go for that. So aerogel is not going to be a problem. That's not going to be an issue. The problem is going to be the dang carbon nanotubes and getting all the waste and all that stuff. Oh, God. Damn it, devs. Why do I have to have waste for carbon nanotubes? Well, I mean, or an insane amount of methane that I can't get from the methane I produce. It has to be the methane that I mine. So that's stupid. Like, literally. Wonder. Yeah, this. Well, I can make this with water bottles and carbon dioxide bottles, which is just stupid. I produce methane. I have a methane tank. Why can't I just pump methane into one of these little test tubes? Why? Why can I not do that? That's just... Grr. That's all right. That's my frustrating thing for the game. I'm literally making methane out on the grid. I have a methane tank that's storing it.
Equalizing pressure.
I can pump it out of the system right here, methane. Why can I not hook that up and just use that? It's frustrating. O2. We have quite a bit stored up. That's good. Water, we have quite a bit stored up. Good, good. Methane, not a lot stored up, but we're not producing a lot at a high rate.
Weather alert. Incoming sandstorm.
Next 3 hours. Let's see. That's going to be 2200
Visualize
p.m.
external oxygen detected.
All right. Not much else to do right now except for I'm just going to sleep it off. I'm going to sleep through the storm and all that fun stuff. Didn't even close. Well, you know what? Actually, let's go ahead and close the bay. Am I even going the right way? No, going the opposite way.
Equalizing pressure.
Yeah. Close her up, baby. Got a sandstorm coming.
External oxygen detected.
Mm-hmm. Wait for the pressure to build up. That's a thing. Okay, so what if I close the door and the oxygen's in here, but the pressure hasn't built up enough and I take my helmet off? Will that kill me? I might have to test that out at some point. You would think, so like, even if there's oxygen in the environment, if the pressure is too low, your body wouldn't be strong enough to fight against the negative pressure outside of it to draw oxygen into your lungs. So essentially, you should in theory, suffocate. But I don't know.
Weather alert. Incoming sandstorm.
Yeah. We're gonna sleep through it. I'm not worried about the sandstorm. Oh wait, no. I'm gonna 6:30 it. There we go. So yeah. I think for the nanotubes, I'm going to get as much methane as I can and use that, and then whatever I can't fill off of that for the nanotubes, and I'll, of course, obviously make the CO2 bottles and go that route. It's just kind of a pain in the butt. However, I'm curious. Wait, okay. What was it? To make methane in here, it's 2 water bottles and 2 carbon dioxide. Okay. Let me see something real quick. Do I have the stuff in here to be able to make the bottles? I do not. I don't have the iron in here. Do I have enough iron in my rock box? Nah, 2 iron. That's not going to cut it. Alright.
Equalizing pressure.
Alright. Stuff looks so horrible when it's covered in dust. I just don't want to spend 3 hours blasting it off, so... Okay. So I need 2 water bottles. Screw it, let's get 4 water bottles, add those. Let's get 4 CO2 bottles, add those. And I'll have to fill them all up. Have at least 8 spaces. Alright, cool.
External oxygen detected.
This will fill up the water bottles. Fill those bottles, baby. Fill those bottles. Alright, bottles refilled. And CO2. Let's fill these 4 CO2s. Go up here. Chemistry table. Hydrogen, oxygen, methane. This produces methane, but you need, it's a CO2 and a hydrogen. Is there anything else that produces methane? Oh, you can make uranium. Oh, that makes waste tanks too. Ooh. It's a 1-to-1. Is it literally just one recipe for methane? Looks like it's literally just one recipe that makes methane. That's this one. So if you got a bunch of hydrogen, because it's one carbon dioxide and 4 hydrogen, you get 2 water bottles off of it and a methane. You can get hydrogen off the water bottles through the water electrolysis. Because here's hydrogen and oxygen. Okay. Interesting. But what I want to see is, first of all, all right. So I should be able to run this twice. What I'm curious about, do I get the bottles back? Or does it just eat the bottles in the process? So we'll check that. And let's see, since we had the storm and everything, we slept through it. Let's check, see where our veg is. 90% on these guys. Not bad. So they don't have much further to go. Wait a minute. Does that look like it's dusty? Nah. Alright, these guys are still growing, but they're getting there. Actually, let me check something though. You guys are good. How you guys doing? Still working on it. Cool. Hopefully, these guys finish before these guys are ready to move. That way I have space to move all these because I've got 2 extras. Okay. Let's see if we got those bottles back. Nope. It consumes the bottles. Shit. So if you make methane this way in here, using just the bottles, it consumes the bottles. Like, you don't get the empty bottles back. That's bullshit. Oh well. Wait, wrong way. And that requires carbon powder. Can I make carbon powder in the printer? Carbon dioxide bottle, carbon nanotubes, but not carbon powder. So, cannot craft carbon powder in here. Good to know. So this method, methane, gives me carbon powder per methane. Each carbon powder, or each methane I use gives me a carbon powder. Okay. It also leaves me behind with a hydrogen, which That also leaves me a hydrogen. What was it I was using the hydrogen for? Hydrogen was used to make more methane. Okay, so I get hydrogen back as a byproduct for making the carbon nanotubes. I would end up with 8 hydrogen back. So if I had 2 carbon dioxide bottles, that would give me 2 methane. So the hydrogen each time can be cycled back through. But essentially it ends up being 1 carbon dioxide bottle per methane. And by the end of the process, I have 8 hydrogen left over, which is, able to run this twice. Still a 1-to-1 ratio. Go here, put 1 methane in here, carbon powder, hydrogen. Oh, it's not a 1-to-1 ratio. Carbon powder, 2 methane, so 3 methane total, and a carbon powder gives you carbon nanotubes because the 1 methane goes to the carbon powder. Yep. And you end up with 6 hydrogen back. Excuse me, because it's 2 here and 4 here. So even then, yeah, it's just a pain in the butt to run it this way as well. Either way you go, it's going to be a pain. And I guess really honestly, just getting the waste is going to be the best way to go about it. There was a recipe in here that makes the waste. Just got to remember where it was. Oh wait, there it was. Well, you get a waste tank as a byproduct for using uranium or creating the uranium rods in here. So that's one. There was something else that was created the waste tanks as well, wasn't there? Oh, I guess that's the only one. I'm not seeing it anywhere else in here. Several things that use the waste tanks, but creating them as a byproduct. No, it's literally just that. So, yeah, if you want to make more waste tanks to use in the process of nanotubes in the 3D printer, then if you're crafting uranium rods through the chemistry bench, you'll get waste tanks that you can use in that process as well. But again, like I said, we also discovered that we can take waste tanks out of the greenhouse in the back there. 92. Still going. So yeah. We can get the waste tank here, fills it, go here. You have to do one at a time, which is annoying, but it'll work. So anyway, there's that. Okay. So yeah, put the waste tanks up in here. CH4 methane there. Oh wait, methane is used in this one too, isn't it? Yeah, methane's used in that process, so we're gonna have to make more methane anyway. Fuck. It's crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Alright. However, let's check our progress
pressure
up here. It's still going? Or is it done processing? Oh, I hear it. It's still going. Oh, no, it's done. So that process, it's 5 in each of these. 5 in each of these gives you 4. So basically for each one, each centrifuge, you have 4 centrifuges. For each one actual centrifuge, you get a uranium rod. But it takes 5 uranium to make 1 rod in this method. Whereas if you have a few extra chemicals, if I remember right, the chemistry table was 1 uranium rod per uranium itself. Which, for the uranium part, that's a much more efficient way to go. Let's do a little test.
equalizing pressure.
Since we need how many uranium rods? 30? Yeah. It's going to take a little bit. Oh, yeah, I don't have to split them ahead of time. It'll split it for me. There we go. Now let's see if I have enough materials buried around the base somewhere to be able to craft these rods in the chemistry bench. Because if so, that might be more beneficial.
External oxygen detected.
What's the actual recipe call for? So for each uranium makes 1 uranium rod. So as opposed to using 5 uranium ore for 1 rod, this uses 1 to 1. However, you do need 2 nitric acid, 1 sulfuric for each one that you want to do. So if I've got 20, I'm going to need 40 nitric and 20 sulfuric. So let's go check our chemistry boxes and see if we've got those in there. If we do, awesome. Actually, I forget. No, they weren't in here. Where the hell did I put? They're in the middle. All right, well.
Available point for technological advancement.
Thank you. First, check out here, see what we got for nitric and sulfuric. No, inventory and resource inventory. Chlorine, 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 potassium, phosphorus, sodium. So we don't have any of those compounds out here. All right. Good to know.
External oxygen detected.
See, I drive myself nuts with all this, so you guys don't have to. Here we go. Okay. Nope, nope, nope. None of those compounds there. None of them here. There we go. Nope. Ethanol, sulfuric. We have 15. This should be nitric. No, that's ammonia. So I have no nitric acid at all. And I have some sulfuric acid, but not enough. I think what was it? Almost enough sulfuric. How much sulfur do I have? We can make sulfuric here. 1 sulfur, 1 water a bottle.
Equalizing pressure.
How many water bottles I have here? Oh, Lord. Can't make nitric acid through this at all. Because of course you can't. You make sulfuric acid in here, but not nitric. Heaven forbid. Alright. Grr. All the running around, just within my own base, running around like crazy.
External oxygen detected. Water refilled.
Okay. There we go.
Equalizing pressure.
That went quick. There. 20 and 20. That might have been
External oxygen detected.
might have possibly been a waste though, but you know what I didn't do? I didn't check my base after that storm. See if anything was damaged. Doesn't look like it, no. Okay, good. I mean, sandstorms don't typically damage your base, but it's always good to check just in case. The nitric. So what do I get the nitric acid from? That's sulfuric. 2 sulfur, 1 oxygen, 1 water. That's cheaper to do it in the other thing. Yeah, maybe. I mean, 2 water bottles and 2 sulfur gets you 2 sulfuric acid. In the other processing, 1 oxygen, 1 water, and 2 sulfurs give you 2 sulfuric. So, you know, depending on which bottles you have. Let's see. Where is the nitric acid, though? This makes nitric. This makes 4 at a time, and you need ammonia for it and oxygen. That's the Ostwald process. Anything else give us nitrogen or nitric acid? There's the ammonia, which you got to use waste tanks to do. Gosh, such a pain. Okay, I think we're probably, yeah, skip this or go with it. It's grr. So the Ostwald process here. Ammonia. We would need, well, first of all, if we're trying to do 40 nitric, that means we have to run this 10 times. So we need 20 oxygen bottles. And we need 10 ammonia. 20 O2 bottles. Wow. You know what that means. That means we, in this spot, are going to put not a refrigerator, but a storage. And for right now, oh, power's offline. My bad. For right now, we're going to put that in there, that in there, and we're going to need, was it? It's the Ostwald, right? Ostwald process there. We're going to need 10 ammonia, 20 oxygen bottles. That's insane. For the 10 ammonia, it means 10 waste tanks. Well, 10 ammonia, this gives us 2 ammonia. So since this gives us 2 ammonia, we need to run this process 5 times. So 5 waste tanks and 15 hydrogen.
Equalizing pressure. New message.
Signal received from the probe. Check tablet messages. Might go back to it, maybe.
External oxygen detected.
I'll consider it. Shoot, what was it? Hydrogen. That's what it was, right? Yep. Which, okay. Hydrogen gas. Okay, 2H2. I was like, hydrogen's just H. Or 2H2. Wait, we needed 15 of that, right? Yeah, I got 15. Cool. We need 10 of these. Or was it 5? Can't remember. I'll take 10 just to be on the safe side. Okay. That's it. Yeah, we need to run this 5 times, so we need 5 waste tanks, 15 hydrogen, set recipe. Start research. There we go. Just gonna put these in here as a random thing. It's 1 a.m. Okay, go up here, sleep again. Oh, wow. I don't have enough food. I guess my guy's hungry. There, I get enough food. Go to 6. Yep, I never take my suit off anymore. Love my suit. My Metroid suit. That's what it reminds me of. Metroid. Yep.
Equalizing pressure.
Sad thing is I'm gonna have to make trip after trip after trip because all these friggin' O2 bottles. 20 of them. Carry as many as I can, but then I gotta fill them all.
External oxygen detected.
Actually, nope. Close up. Let's go up to our workplace because this actually has O2 fill here. So we shall fill oxygen bottles. Did I not ever start this? Apparently I never started it. Wow, okay. Let's go ahead and fill these oxygen bottles. Tedious, tedious, tedious. Okay. So that's the first round of oxygen bottles, and I'm going to put all these in here to store. Okay, there we go. Is this done? This is done. We have our 10 ammonia. Awesome. So now we can set uranium enrichment. Set that recipe. I gotta have the required items to set the recipe. That's funny. All right. Wait a minute. Ammonia. Wasn't that part of that process? No, it was nitric. That's right. I need the ammonia to make the nitric. Derp. Okay. Where was the nitric? Statswald, was that, what's that? Yeah, there we go. So we need at least 2 oxygen bottles for that. Should have kept these on me then. It's only going to be, I think it only has 4 slots on the top, right? I believe. Yeah. Well, we can leave that there. Start reaction. Okay. So for each one, we're going to have to, do the oxygen bottles over and over and over. Real quick. Come on down here.
Equalizing pressure.
Get the last of the empty oxygen bottles so we can take them to the base. There's that. Okay. And since I have a point for my green thumb,
Equal external oxygen detected.
that means we have plants that are ready to go. Okay, cool. We will move these around and do this stuff now. Yeah, these are ready for the next stage. Okay, cool. Okay. Veg, because veg. There we go. Real quick. And over here, grab a tray. Alright, let's go ahead and set these bad boys. What else we got going on? Fully grown plants here. You guys fully grown as well. Nice. Okay. That stuff's good to go. Beetroot 78 and 40. Holy shit. And 72 lettuce. Nice. So this is the lettuce from this seed thing. See how many beetroots we can get out of these. $75. Yeah, that's pretty good. So that is 75 beetroots at a pretty upgraded speed there. Like, it's 14.22, this 11.8, 11.8. Yeah. So we can nix these out. I'm not going to pick them up just yet because we have more lettuce that I'm going to be spreading out here. We can do one full tray of lettuce, almost 2 full trays of lettuce. So and do 3 full trays of lettuce here, in the hopes that that stuff will be cleared out by the time the lettuce is to that point. Alright. And again, double check. This should be all set. Good to go. Alright. Come down here. Oh, where am I going? Getting lost in my own base again. Alright. So, fill up the last of these oxygen bottles. And we are done with that. Let's go ahead and power on our benches. Get some more botany points going here. Not a whole lot left to grab in this, so this is the next one I'm grabbing. It is what it is.
Technology access level increased.
And over here, we're on the infinite things on this side, so keep going with those.
Electricity, technology access level. Electricity, technology access level increased.
Can't wait till I can get that bonus up to 20%. That'd be awesome. Alright. There's that. Turn our benches back off. Oh wait, no. I don't want to pick them up. I want to put these in. Except for one. Yep. Oh wait, it's 2 H2s. Or 2 O2s for that. And real quick, go up here, see if the centrifuge is done up here. If it is, keep it going. Just keep things running. That's it. Okay, that's done, so need another run.
External oxygen detected.
Wait a minute. Did I put that in my inventory or that? Okay, yep.
Equalizing pressure. Suit power, 75%.
There we go. Alright, things are just running along. We got our centrifuge going along, and I have a few things going in the chemistry table. I'll be doing some of the,
external oxygen detected.
I'll be trying to eventually do 20 of the, uranium in this table. That would be huge. Just for funds, see how it turns out. Just for funsies. It's going to take me a bit of effort to get there, so by the time I'm able to run 20 of them there, I probably could have run 40 of them in the centrifuge. However, this does have a better return on investment for the uranium that you're using. Again, you can go get more uranium from meteorites that fall, and sometimes you find them at a few caves here and there. If you spelunk the caves, a lot of times there will be uranium deposits in there, so that's a possibility as well. So, yeah, uranium rods are the only thing I need to build the launch pad. By the next time we play again, we should have enough for the launch pad, and we'll build that up at least, so it'll mark some progress, we'll feel accomplished, and it will encourage us to move on with building up the ITS ship. So, I'm going to call it there. That's the end of this episode, and thanks for coming along. Thanks for watching me fumble around my base and get lost in my own base. Don't forget to mash the subscribe and like buttons and notifications if you want to be notified when my next videos drop. It does help me out a lot. And until next time, I hope you guys have an awesome day.